welcome back to the So Far So Good podcast. My name is Christopher Coombs.
And my name is Gaurav Khazanchi. Welcome back to this very special episode, everyone.
Very special because I can actually see Gaurav in the flesh. Well, part of the flesh.
I can see most of Chris's flesh as well, it's really rewarding because it was nice to actually leave the house and actually have a destination with a rewarding outcome.
Exactly right. So as you know from the last episode, my punishment was that I must give Gaurav $100 cash money. Now, we are doing this COVID legal in Melbourne right now. You can go for a 1 hour exercise with another person.
That's right.
So we've gone for a walk. Now, we can only walk for an hour. So unlike usual, we will get straight into it. So I'm going to start it off right now, Gaurav.
Yes.
With giving you... I'm going to have to do it. Give you this $100.
Currently taking out his wallet.
In cash. Now, they didn't have any $100 notes at the supermarket I went to.
Okay.
So it has to be 250s.
Look, I still appreciate the thought that you tried to get $100 at least.
I asked him, and the girl said, I've seen one in one of the tills. I just can't remember which one it was. I'm like, you know what? Just give me 250s.
Look, at least you tried. He's given me absolute creased notes, but that's all right.
Because I've actually got a smart wallet now. I don't have a full-size wallet. I have a smart wallet.
You have a smart wallet meaning like it's Android run and it's electrical, or you mean?
Absolutely. So it have to be folded in 3 to actually fit in the wallet. Now,
He's right.
So I hope you enjoy that $100.
Well, it will be framed until, because I hope you don't forget about this, it will be framed until you do get your tattoo of a plane.
Exactly. Now, a lot of people actually message me privately saying, what the hell just happened to you? You had the punishment and then you ended up deciding to take the second punishment as well.
Yes.
Now, I don't think I explained myself in the moment as much.
Okay.
Just because it was all happening very quickly.
Yes.
And it was all quite, I don't know, even though it was a punishment, it was actually kind of exciting for me. So, my explanation is this. The fact that, I did mention that I have been wanting to get a tattoo of some sort.
Yes, and you did say that a plane is somewhat of a good idea because you love travel, you love exploring, and it's a nice symbol there as well.
Exactly, and it will remind me of being able to travel internationally when COVID is not a thing.
Exactly.
So that is the plan. Now, the explanation which I didn't give is that my punishment was to give Gaurav $100.
Yeah.
So I thought, in this split second whilst live recording, I thought, how can I still manage to use that $100 for myself? What a better way than to use it as one of the punishments.
He's doing air quotes right now, but
Punishment.
I'll get to my point later.
Where I would actually like an airplane tattoo. So at the end of the day, even though my punishment was to give Gaurav $100, I still managed to technically still have that $100 use for myself. But Gaurav, thinking that I actually had a double punishment.
Now I see what you're saying here, and I knew this would be your train of thought because you always come up with some clever or random train of thought. Refer to episode 38, the first race, for example, where he thought I was trying to stitch him up. But why it's good is because, yes, you're getting a tattoo that you may like, but just remember, firstly, you can't back out of it now. It's publicly announced.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though you did publicly announce you won't shave your beard.
I don't back out of anything I announce.
Get absolutely out of here. This is why you're in this situation. So the reason it's good is because now every time, no matter how epic, even if it was like a $10,000 tattoo, no matter what, that tattoo will always be linked to, even if it's not major, it'll be linked to a punishment, and it'll always be linked to someone who you probably don't even know yet recommended. So that's why it's still a win-win. Firstly, I'm not any financial loss, or not any major financial loss. And secondly, I don't have any mark on my body that'll last an eternity.
Well, I see it every time I look at it. It will remind me of how financially savvy I am that I managed to save myself $100.
Okay.
That's ingenious. I should have made this whole segment an ingenious idea.
One whole ingenious idea that lasted, 4 episodes? Just an ingenious idea unfolding in the making. Now, look, it is good. This is why I'm saying it is a win-win. Potentially a win-win-lose me being in the lose because I may be a few bucks out of pocket. But like I've already said, I am happy. And I also did get some private messages saying, dude, the only thing I'm sad about is that Chris isn't paying for his tattoo. Now, the reason I'm okay with it is because, look, yes, he is. I don't need his $100. So...
Wow, what are you trying to say?
I mean, I don't need
a baller?
I'm just saying, I have no use for your money. But me knowing that the money you gave me, which is now technically mine, and that I am putting towards your lifelong punishment, it makes me happy.
Well, either way, I think it's a medium / win for me. And then for Gaurav, he thinks he's got a win-win because of the double punishment. So at the end of the day, I win.
At the end of the day, it is a win-win. There's no major loss here, except for Chris's beard, who really lost its life very unexpectedly because it was meant to last a lot longer.
And I know that we said that we were done with talking about hair on the So Far So Good podcast.
Yes.
But I do have a segment later that relates to hair.
Actually,
that will come later on.
While we're on the quick topic of hair, I did mention to you this before, but I found another really good use of my beard now that it is so long. Obviously, we're using different type of microphones today because we're out and about. So instead of putting the microphone on my lapel, which was going to be muffled by my beard covering it, I actually instead of putting it onto my shirt, I clipped it onto my beard because it was absolutely perfect. It was a win-win.
It was not getting muffled by the beard.
Exactly.
But it was pointing directly at the mouth.
Exactly right. That was a win-win situation.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, just one other thing as well. We obviously have to wear masks in public, so guys, let us know if the quality is okay with you guys. Yeah, we may sound a bit muffled here. Yeah, because we do like actually being in the same room to do the So Far So Good podcast because it's always better.
Yeah.
Because you can vibe off each other and it's a better situation.
It's like right now I just feel like a new type of energy right now because firstly it's been so long since I've seen you. So I'm glad, bro. It's good to see your face.
And, which I forgot to mention at the start, it's a bloody beautiful day today.
Absolute great day. It just proves how good this spring has started off to be. I mean, it did rain once or twice during the week, but look, it's spring. There's no guaranteed sun 24/7.
And right now, there is not one piece of wind in sight.
Exactly.
There has been a few pieces throughout the morning, but it's crystal clear weather. Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, so today, just because we did have that follow-up from the punishment and I had to give Gaurav that $100, we are mixing things up slightly, so we are going to do the introductory questions after the intro.
That's
so without
right.
further ado, as we said, we need to get home before that 1 hour. So let's get into it.
So far, so good.
Once again, thank you all for tuning into the So Far So Good podcast, live in public, no wind, beautiful weather. Welcome back.
That's right. Now, to kick it off as we usually do, even though now it's a bit different this episode, I'm going to start by asking my introductory question. How do you feel about that, Christopher Coombs?
Yeah, it's a bit weird because we're a fair way into the episode, but it's a vibe.
It's an absolute vibe and a half. Now, Chris Coombs, I'm sure you have one or many songs that you hold dear to your heart, that you really love. It could potentially be a favourite song.
Yes, so there is plenty of songs that would be near and dear to my heart, yes.
Yes. Now, what I want to know is, how do you, or maybe you don't, but do you have a method to combat getting absolutely sick and tired of listening to the song?
Well, not a formal method.
Yes.
But I get exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
I guess, try not to listen to it on repeat.
Look, that's pretty much a good point. And that's essentially my method. My method is, I will, as much as I love the song, I will never scroll through and pick it to play myself when I'm just listening to music by myself. What I do is I just wait for it to play on a playlist or to pop up randomly, because that is when the true excitement emerges in your heart.
When the song randomly pops up.
When the song randomly pops up.
100%, because you're not thinking about the song at all.
Exactly.
And then it just comes in and you're just like, wow, totally forgot this song existed.
Yeah, it might sound counterproductive, but yeah, even though we love the song, I just don't play it.
Yeah, totally understandable. Totally understandable. But yeah, I do not have a formal method, so...
Yeah, well, I highly recommend trying it. I mean, one of my favourite moments it was a great, well-organised party, is I went up to the DJ to request my favourite song, and I looked at his screen, and it was already the next song lined up to play.
That
I know.
Can't be true.
I was...
Out of every song in the entire... No way!
I'm telling you, it was just... and that just doubled the excitement.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually insane.
It was amazing.
Do you remember what song it was?
I do. And
it was Don't You Worry Child.
It was definitely Don't You Worry
I knew it. He loves it. He absolutely
It's an absolute track and a half.
Yeah, it is. All right, now my question to you is actually music related as well.
Okay, well, we're
Not
sticking
even
to a theme here.
How did that even happen?
Well, just so far so good, man.
That's right. Now, it's kind of hard to... I'll give you kind of a backstory, right? So when someone says to you, can you pick a song to play?
Yes,
right?
yes.
Do you straight away think of the best song for the moment that you're in? Like, do you straight away think of it? Or do you kind of go, I can't even think. There's just there's too many songs. I can't even think of one.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm in between the two of those, because yes, I can immediately think of, let's say, 20 songs, hypothetically.
Wow, that's a lot.
But I also can't pick, because you have to pick, like you said, to the mood that you're in right now. For example, if someone's playing Celine Dion, we're all in sort of like a chill mood or something, I can't actually just say, yo, let's play Don't You Worry Child, because it completely changes the vibe. So I've got to pick of a great track that is also very well fitted for the current mood. So, look, sometimes I'm in the zone and I can pick one straight away. You know, sometimes I'm just on an absolute roll, queuing up songs that are just perfect for the mood. Other times, I'm absolutely lost, so I can't give you a straight answer as well.
Yeah, I've got to say, look, I have a pretty good memory. I'm not saying I have a bad memory.
Yeah.
But if someone says to me, just pick a song to play.
Yeah.
I go, I just cannot think of any song. It's just there's too many.
It is hard, especially in that pressure moment, because
exactly.
Another thing that we do when it was legal, back in the day, when we'd have a full car of people, one person is DJing, we'll go around, we'll let one person pick a song each, and then it's like when you play those games when it's the first day of school, and they're like, all right, we're going to tell your name and something you like doing, and you know your turn is coming soon, but you haven't thought of what to say. That
reminds me of something. Whenever you get in, let's say it's normally a work situation.
Yeah.
They always say, tell us your name, for example, what shop you work at.
Yeah.
And then a fun fact about you.
Yeah.
Man, how do people decide what fun fact to do?
I know. All my facts are fun.
That's what I mean. I could say a million, but you just want to think of the best one.
Yeah.
And it's just too hard.
Yeah, it is. What we should do next time is just tell the most boringest fact possible to throw everyone off, because then they'll have this perception of you that is completely wrong.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of weird that you mention that, because this literally happened to me last week. Because there was a change in my workplace.
Yeah.
So we had to send through a picture of ourselves, our name, and a fun fact.
Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly. And I couldn't think of the best one. So, and we've spoken about this on the podcast before, but I just mentioned the fact that I have worked in a zoo for a week.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Which
is cool, but still in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's got to be something better than that.
I mean, you have jumped out of a plane before.
Yeah, but everyone can just go do that.
Everyone, yeah.
I was thinking of something that is not common.
I mean, the zoo one is actually a really good one. I wouldn't have thought of that. Because, come on, man, ask 100 people. I don't reckon many people can say that they've done that.
Yeah.
So it is pretty interesting and fun.
I'll tell you what was one person's fun fact. It was pretty interesting. It was I've been to Disneyland 16 times.
Wow.
And I had a trip booked to go this year as well, but then COVID hit.
That's actually really
their 17th
sad.
Time.
That's really
17th
sad.
time. I mean, look, I love Disneyland. It's the happiest place on earth, but I don't need to go there more than, let's say, 5 times.
You don't need to go there more than, let's say, 3 hours, because it reminds me of this story. When we were in Japan, this is
a pretty good story.
There was a group of 10, 12 of us or something, but obviously by the end of it, everyone was going home different times, different days. By the end of it, the last 5 days, me and Chris were together, so it was just the two of us. And then we had gone to one of the Disneylands in Tokyo with the whole group.
Yep, that's right.
But what we decided is we'll go to the other one.
Because there was two. There was Disneyland and then Disney Sea.
Disney Sea, exactly. Yep. And Disney Sea had all the rides for adults, just the more hectic fun rides. Disneyland's like your classic, you know, look, Disney princesses, characters, all of that.
Yeah.
So we decided we'll go to the actual Disneyland when it's just the two of us, explore, take some good photos, you know, spend the day there. And that's exactly what we did. We went there, it was all great fun, and then, you know, we were like, you know what, sun is setting, let's head off, we'll head home. So we're back on the train, and keep in mind, this was like 3 trains and about an hour's journey. So we're on the way back, and you know, it's chill now, it's a cold night. And then we're sitting quite far away from each other because it was a packed train. And then while we're just sitting down chilling, I'm reading the Disneyland brochure and I'm like, oh my God. There's like these 2 epic things that are going to happen when the sun sets in Disneyland. And then we literally get to the station that's close to our hotel. And I'm like, Chris, man, I've got to go back to Disneyland to see these things. And then you're like, dude.
Mind you, we're like half an hour away from Disneyland at this point, at least.
We're quite far away. And then he's like, dude, you should have checked it before. I'm like, I know, I didn't even read the brochure. And he's like, all right, you go back, I'll stay here, and then we'll meet at this restaurant at this time. And I tell you what, I rushed back. Luckily I had you need 3 different tickets to get into Disneyland. You need it for the Disneyland train, the actual Disneyland park, and then something else.
Did you still have all those tickets?
Luckily, I still had every single ticket, so I didn't have to pay my entry fee again. Went there, saw the epic fireworks, saw the shows, that I was like, this is amazing, and it was totally worth the journey back, so I'm so glad I did that. And then we met up, and then it was just so fun because we were apart for like 3 more hours. When we came back, we each had so many interesting stories to tell each other.
Yeah.
Like Chris has experienced a whole lifetime of things in that 3 hours, and so did I.
Dude, so many things happened to me. I was literally just walking around Tokyo, just looking at shops and stuff, probably for a good 3 hours.
Yeah.
And in that time, look, this is not a lie, it happened. I don't know why, but basically, I was standing at a traffic light, and this like European old man, probably like 60 years old,
yeah,
walks up to me and he's holding like a brochure or a pamphlet.
Yeah.
And he says to me, "Oh, are you a model?" And I said, no, I'm just here on a holiday. And he's like, "Oh, would you be interested in modeling?" I was like, probably not the kind of
could not
be after.
believe he said no. I'm going to remind you guys, everyone in Japan loved Chris. Everyone there loved him. He was like an exotic piece of art.
Yeah, some way. But yeah, I pretty much said, I'm not really, because the guy looked creepy. And he just came up to me at a traffic light. Like,
yeah, it's very random.
I didn't think it was legit. I think he was trying to I don't know, maybe sell me. Sell my body.
Yeah, fair call.
Yeah, it was just strange. And then a few other things happened. I can't really remember too much.
Yeah.
But
look,
yeah,
definitely
it
an
was
experience.
Pretty cool. And then we met up at that, what was that? The Irish pub.
Good old Irish Hub, British pub it was called.
Yeah, that's the one.
We just shortened it to Hub the Pub because there was one on every corner of Tokyo.
Literally, if you ever go to Tokyo, go to every single one of them. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
You can get a chicken and chips for $6.
Yep, it was like, what, 900 yen?
Yeah, maybe less. I know, it worked out to be $6 from memory. So, oh man, that house smells like greens, don't you think?
Yeah, you know what? I've been walking the dog every day, and there's at least one house that I walk past that smells like the greens.
Oh, 100%. It just wafts, it travels down the street. I don't know how it's such a strong
it's
smell.
so strong, and it just doesn't, disappear.
Yeah,
it's a time. I guess it's a time that everyone's getting into it because they're bored. So you
got nothing else to do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now Christopher Coombs.
Yes.
On topic to something we've been discussing for the last few episodes, I've actually got another miniature ingenious idea in relation to that.
Oh, I am so excited. I cannot wait to use this in my real life.
Okay. Well, you may not be able to because it has to actually be made. And the reason it's ingenious
it has to be made?
Yeah. I'll tell you why. It's
okay.
The reason it's ingenious is not because it's a fresh idea. It's all cards on the table. It's just a very clever name for a restaurant or cafe.
So it's just a name?
Yes, but I'll tell you why it's got benefits and you'll see why. So here's my pitch.
Okay.
Now, we've been talking about building home gyms and whatnot, keeping our fitness up, all of that. But let's say there's people that just can't be bothered. That's fine. You do you. You're allowed to do whatever you want. And let's just say you just want a nice, greasy, fat-filled meal. That's fine as well. We all love some of those. So, what about a restaurant that only serves unhealthy food, but the name of the restaurant is The Gym? So, you can say to your friends,
What?
sorry guys, I'm busy tonight.
Oh my God.
I'm going to the gym. And then they're all full. They're like, man, you're an absolute legend. You know, that's good. But really, you've got dinner planned with another group of friends at the gym, which is just great, greasy food.
Yeah, but the problem is, if it becomes a popular restaurant, everyone will know what you're talking about.
Everyone will know, but you don't have to explain yourself. You can still call it the gym because that is the name of the restaurant. When you say you're going to Pancake Parlor, you're saying, I'm going to Pancake Parlor. You know, everyone knows you're going there. When you say you're going to the gym, it could be this restaurant. It could be, you know, the center of fitness. So either or, if they don't question you, you don't have to answer.
All right, well, I will admit, it is better than bag share. Because, as you will all remember, bag share is potentially the worst idea since the Nazis.
You know, I disagree. I did pitch bag share to my sisters the other day, and they, you know the face that you make where you're like, not bad. I can't really show you the face because it's covered by masks, but you know the way you curve your mouth downwards, raise your eyebrows, and nod a bit, like, I see what you're saying.
I don't know. I only see people wearing masks. I don't know what facial expressions are anymore.
Well, that was the face they made, which means they weren't completely against it initially. I still think there's room to grow for bag share.
So what you're saying is they basically haven't listened to that episode?
Well, there's many episodes I haven't listened to, so
because not one person has listened to that episode and said that bag share is at least a quarter of a good idea.
I did have one person, I had one soft soul DM me and say, you know what?
Privately?
I don't even remember if it was private or in the So Far podcast.
It can't have been the So Far podcast because I've never seen someone say that was a good idea.
Wait, I didn't even say that's what they said. What I said was, they said, you know what? This could work. That's what they said. So there is room to grow. There is potential for it to work. That's what it means.
I mean, sure, if you can prove that, if you can get at least 10,000 people to download the app, then...
Well, I've got to make the app first, so I'll need to find some investors. But you know the deal. That's how it is. That's how these things go.
Okay, so would you put time and money into bag share?
I would put time and money into outsourced first, and then if there's residual income, I might put it into bag share. So,
all right. Well, either way, the idea is it's funny. I think it would potentially take off.
Thank you very much.
Just because of the funniness about it.
I know. You know what you could have? You could have like gym-themed things. So you could get like a double burger with something in the middle, and it looks like a dumbbell.
Yes.
You know, things like that.
So does it have to be unhealthy? Like, they could have some healthy stuff, surely.
I mean, yeah, you can have some healthy stuff, but the aim is not openly to sort of say, you know, come here for your healthy fix. It's just your whatever sort of restaurant, your go-to place. If you just want a quick meal, a nice, you know, carefree meal, your cheat day, anything like that.
Okay.
So even on your cheat day, you can still go to the gym.
All right, well, I feel this is actually probably, I mean, it's not really an idea. It's just a name for a restaurant. So,
yeah.
But compared to your other ideas, this one is better. Okay. I'll give you that.
I appreciate it.
So you're on a step up with the whole ingenious thing.
But you liked outsourced, didn't you?
Outsourced?
The app that chooses a restaurant for you if you can't decide, and it.
No, because if you don't want to go there, then you get charged $5.
No. Well, I'd say it's $1, but that's the whole thing. It decides for you, so there's no trouble in decisions.
But how would it know if you went there or not?
You just you say, okay, done. Okay, done. And then there's a timer on the app that stops you from using it again. So let's say once you press OK, you can't use the app for another hour. Otherwise, you can just cheat the system.
Oh, surely another 5 hours. You wouldn't go to 2 restaurants in 1 hour.
We'll say 3 hours.
Well, actually, you might go for dinner and then you might want to go for dessert.
Dessert, yeah, good point.
So you could put topics in there. You could be like, I'm interested in dessert. Can you pick a place for me?
Yes.
Within 5 kilometers.
Within 5 kilometers and under $100.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I'll give you that.
So it's better than bag share, you think?
Oh, literally, you could say anything and it's better than bag share.
I mean, okay.
Anything.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen you come up with an ingenious idea. Well, I have, and it was absolute trash.
Well, speaking of which, I have one to bring up.
Oh, okay.
It's not, I mean, it's not specifically an ingenious idea. It's just an ingenious thing to do if you're willing to do it.
Okay, so similar to this current idea I've just proposed to you, it's equal level of usefulness.
Ishness.
Okay.
I'll give it a whirl. So it's to do with your mobile phone.
Yep.
And as usual, it is a financial smart decision.
Okay.
So what it is, a lot of people will get their phone on a plan, and let's say they spend $80 a month.
Yep.
So you're paying for your phone and you're paying for the plan.
Yep.
Then when that plan ends in 2 years, generally the phones are pretty worn out by that time.
Yeah.
So
Battery
then you just
life,
go on another
whatever.
plan.
Yep.
You get another $80, $90 a month and you're good to go, you got a brand new phone.
Yep.
Now, where this idea comes in, it's called look after your belongings. So
Okay.
this is what you do. The first time you get a phone, let's say your kid's 16 years old, they need a phone.
Yep.
Put them on a plan.
Yep.
Or even yourself. What you need to do is look after your phone.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
Turn it off and back on every couple of days.
Okay.
Don't kill the battery, don't drop the phone,
Yep. Don't charge it all night.
all that kind of stuff, yeah?
Yep.
Now, after that 2 years, if your phone is still in good condition, which technically it should be with the technology this day and
100%.
age,
100%.
it should be. And providing the fact that you don't need the latest phone, which, let's be real, you don't need the latest phone every single 2 years.
Especially now that every new phone has like one or two minor differences these days.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, everything's pretty much up to speed these days.
So what my whole idea is after that 2 years, you cancel the plan and you now own this phone.
Yep.
You then go on a prepaid, not plan, but you just go on prepaid where, you just pay every month.
Yep.
So for example, I did that with my phone.
Yep.
I now own the phone and I'm now on LD Mobile paying $25 per month.
Yep.
And in that, currently because of COVID, I'm getting a few extra things here and there.
Yeah.
But it's obviously unlimited calls and texts and whatever. But most people are obviously concerned about their data.
Yeah.
Now, at the moment, I'm getting 23 gig a month.
Okay.
And you cannot tell me, whoever you are listening, you cannot tell me that you need more than 23 gig a month, or even more than 15 gig a month,
Yep.
unless you don't have Wi-Fi at your house.
I've got
Which, let's be real, most people have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly.
99.74% of people
Now,
have Wi-Fi.
Exactly. And I've got on the gig point, the gigabytes, I've actually got, I started off my plan right now, started off on 12 gig, which I never, ever pretty much went past 70%, I'd say. And then, a few months later, or maybe a year later, it got upgraded to 20 gig just because of loyalty or something, which means I've got even more gigs that I don't need to use.
Yeah.
So you're totally right about that. I never turn my mobile data off. I don't even download Spotify songs. Every time I use Spotify, it's either on Wi-Fi or 4G.
Yeah.
So, I absolutely am free with my 4G usage, and I barely use all of it.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you there.
And the other thing is with LD Mobile, which I have specifically, is it has the rollover feature.
Okay.
So if I only use 10 gig, well then that extra 13 gig that I have continues on to the next month.
So the next month you'll have 36 gig.
Yeah.
That is a win-win.
So it adds up and up and up and up. And if you keep adding it up, let's say you have an issue with your home internet, well that's fine. You can hotspot your phone to do everything you need to do because you've accumulated all that data and you're literally paying $25 a month. Now I was talking to someone about this during the week and that's why I thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah.
Because they have the latest iPhone paying $99 a month.
Yeah.
It kills me to see that happening.
It's crazy.
And I understand the situation, but I'm also, even if I need to get a new phone, which obviously I will at some point,
Yep.
I'm just going to buy the phone outright.
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. I use Samsungs,
Yep.
so they're probably only like $1,300, which is a bit better than the iPhones. Apparently the iPhones are like $2,000.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, at the end of the day, I just think use your phone as long as you can. Then when you need a new one, just buy it outright and then continue on that prepaid. I mean, $25 a month. The whole idea is to, try and get your ongoing expenses lower.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got to totally agree with this life hack because, I used to do the maths maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago. I used to work out, is it going to be cheaper for me to buy the phone outright and then use a cheaper plan? Or is it going to be almost the same price or cheaper if I just go on a proper plan? And back then, it was essentially the same thing, or I would save $9. So at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it. But these days, there's so many more different options that it's totally worth it now. So I've actually decided when my plan expires next year, I'm just keeping this phone. It's in perfect condition, and I'm going to move on to maybe Aldi Mobile or a Mason or something.
That's right. It's all you need. Now, the other reason I bring this up is because I did want to talk about data usage. Because someone was saying, actually, the person I was talking to that had an iPhone gets 100 gig a month.
Wow.
It's absolutely nonsense.
Yeah.
Because they're with, I believe it was Optus, so apparently their plans go 3 gig, 6 gig, and then it just jumps to 100. So they're basically forcing you to pay extra.
Yeah, it's a smart marketing move.
I mean, look, it's smart marketing, but it's kind of what you need.
Yeah.
Now, I remember that I did used to kind of lower my phone usage.
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't be using as much data.
Yeah.
So I would do things like, close apps in the background and, make sure that things like, because there's always apps that use data.
Like your Google Maps or whatever,
Exactly.
whatever it is.
So I got my brother to actually help me do all that stuff. And that was back when I only had 8 gig a month.
Yeah.
But now I have a lot more. I don't really need to do it. I still have the feature on my phone.
Yeah.
But it's not too necessary. And some people were also telling me during the week that they only use 3 gig a month.
Yeah.
And obviously due to COVID, people are just home. So they're not using these gigabytes, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, exactly.
So at the end of the day, I kind of discussed why I use so much. Because
Okay.
I would use about 10 gig a month. Reason for that is that I'm constantly watching YouTube, using Spotify quite a bit,
Yeah.
and also watching a bit of the NBA. So
Yeah. And that's when you're out and
basically-
about, of course.
Exactly. It's basically a video that's using all the data.
Yeah.
So I'm not using much right now. Although, I wanted to discuss a couple of things of what I've actually been, how much data I've used over the last couple of months and on what apps. Because you're going to enjoy this quite a bit.
Okay.
So if I go back to, I'll go back to August.
Yeah.
So throughout the month of August, I'm just going to say anything which I used over 1 gig.
Okay.
So Instagram I used 1.3 gig.
Wowee.
Yep. Spotify I used 1.4 gig.
Yep.
TikTok 1.8 gig.
TikTok's taken over.
And then 6.3 gig, which is the highest. On what app do you think?
It's going to be either, you haven't said YouTube yet, have you?
No.
It's YouTube or the NBA app.
Surprisingly, neither.
What? Don't tell me it's emails.
Because in the month of August, I did not use those apps, YouTube or NBA,
Okay.
when I wasn't at home. So what would you think I would have used 6.3 gig
Well, you're not.
in the month of August?
The only plausible thing, but also totally out there, is emails or I'm missing Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger.
Nah.
Is it an app that I would have on my phone?
Yes, it is.
You said Spotify. What am I missing? YouTube, Spotify, IMDb.
You have to think out of the box.
Okay.
Or maybe you're thinking too far out of the box.
Is it the actual Aldi mobile app?
No.
Okay. Well, you got me there. I thought I would get that. Yeah, look, I've lost myself.
All right, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit you with it. It is Poker Face.
Oh my God. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. Fake money it uses, but real data it also uses. Okay? Maybe you are out of pocket at the end of the day using that app.
That's right. Now, I want to go back before August because that was back when we could somewhat leave the house a bit more.
Yep.
So let's go back to July. We've got 8 gig on Poker, TikTok 5 gig, Instagram 2.6, and then it kind of goes down from there. So I haven't been using too much YouTube
Yeah, you haven't.
during that period.
Dude, 80 on Poker Face, that's shocking.
Now let's go to June. which was when I was using Poker Face a bit more.
Yeah.
12 gig.
Oh my god.
Then we've got
It really it shows the decrease of your fake money addiction.
That's right. 2.6 TikTok, 2 gig Spotify, and then it goes down from there. So again, not much YouTube, which is surprising for me. And then May, which is the final one I'll mention. May was, this was, what do they say? Not before Christ, before poker.
Before
Before
you mean
poker.
BC and 80 before
BP, before Poker Face. Before Poker Face, I didn't use much at all because I used 1.9 on TikTok, 1.7 on Spotify, and the rest was under a gig, so not much at all.
TikTok has been somewhat consistent except for that random 5 gig month.
That's right. Which is crazy. Now September, because it's only been 10 days in September, and literally have not been able to leave the house apart from exercising.
Yeah.
Or, you know, go to the supermarket, whatever.
Yeah.
I barely go there. I have the most amount of data I've used this month is Spotify at 160 megabytes.
Dude, that is
So
next level.
All I'm saying with that is I am accumulating a lot of data.
Yeah, you must just be using it to stream whatever, your podcast or your songs when you go on your walk or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I use it quite heavily with podcasting.
Yeah.
So that would be why I've, you know, used. But even still, it's not much. 160.
No, that's nothing.
Meg.
That's probably just one episode a month.
Yeah, it's not much at all. So it's pretty crazy.
You know what's probably happened? You must just be catching the Wi-Fi signals from all your friends' houses that you pass when you walk. So it's every now and then it's just connecting to those.
Yeah, that's very true. Now to finish off the episode, I did mention at the start that I did have something hair related
You
to
did, yes.
mention to Gaurav. Now, if you guys think back, or if you've listened to the episodes in Bali, you will know that Gaurav got punished from the race part 2, and he had to actually wax his entire body.
I did.
Now, I did mention as well that when I saw him walk back into the villa after that happened, not only did it look like he had a pole up his butt, but his legs looked immaculately toned.
Thank you.
Now, Gaurav, I have to say something which you haven't noticed, but if you look at me, can you notice something?
Okay, he's gotten rid of the hair on his legs.
I have absolutely shaved my legs, which I've never done in my life.
Now, did you do this whole process just on the off chance I might see it and think, man, he's got some nice legs? or did you do it for your own comfort and benefit?
I did do it just randomly.
Yep. Okay.
Because
now, did you shave it or wax it?
I shaved it
Okay.
because it's just quicker
Yep.
and easier
Yeah.
to do. Now, the funny thing is, so I have 2 hair trimming things. I have like one full body trimmer,
Yep.
so you can just trim whatever you want.
Yeah.
It pretty much goes, it wouldn't go like right to 0, but pretty much
Pretty
0.
close. It's pretty much like a clippers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's one single one though. It's not adjustable.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but then aside from that, I do have an adjustable one, which is like a beard trimmer.
Okay.
So it's got like the 1, 2, 3, 4, etc.
Exactly, which you don't need anymore because you shaved your beard off. But besides that,
Now, with so basically I did this whole leg, my whole left leg, with the body trimmer. Started on the right leg, and then out of nowhere, the body trimmer just absolutely conked itself.
okay.
So the head basically popped out,
Yep.
and then it was vibrating like crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it pretty much just broke.
Okay.
Just randomly broke.
While you were halfway on your other leg.
Yes, not even halfway. I literally had just started my second leg.
Okay.
Now I don't know if maybe I was going too rough
Yeah.
or maybe it just died. I
Okay.
can't tell.
Yeah.
But it was taking quite a while, so I was just trying to go as quick as possible.
Of course.
So I had to grab my beard trimmer and trim my entire leg with no attachments on there.
Oh,
So
okay.
as a 0.
Okay.
And it was quite dangerous because you can actually cut yourself quite easily.
You can quite easily, scratch your skin heavily.
Yeah. So, but I had to do it because I couldn't have one leg shaved and not the other.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
So,
yeah.
So I did it, and then obviously I had a shower after, and man, my right leg was like stinging.
Oh.
I didn't really have full cuts everywhere,
Yeah.
but it was stinging, and you could see a couple of.
Oh, there's
You can see-
there's more red marks than I can see tone muscle. So But look, I do have to say, well done. And look, they definitely are. I can see them look nicely toned, and there's some good definition around the calves, which is one of the hardest muscles to gain mass on. And you know, yeah, he's got that nice underline on the calf. So congratulations there. But I do also have to add, the hair on your skin was also quite light. So I could always see your legs quite easily.
I mean, it was actually quite dark. It was like actually black on my legs.
Really?
Yeah, once I shaved it all off,
But
the drain was just full of black hair.
It was
yeah, it was full black.
But you don't get it as thick. Hey.
No, not as thick.
Yeah.
But the thing was, because the hairs were pretty dark actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So it actually made my legs look somewhat tanned.
Okay.
But now that I've shaved them, they literally look ghost white.
I'm telling you
so
what.
I'm actually kind of regretting it.
The sun is actually reflecting off them. It's very bright, but not in a bad way. They're still a nice shade if you're going for the tan. I'm not even.
Yeah,
lying
I'm
here.
hoping I get a bit of a tan because, to be honest, when I look at them, they're like ghost white. So
Yeah, no, don't worry, bro.
So
Don't worry.
at the moment, I've got to say I'm regretting it. At the moment, I'm regretting it.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll have to see how things go. As long as I continue to get my 1 hour of sun per day,
Exactly.
then
It should work out.
vitamin D should do its thing.
Now, I just want to add, just to top it all off, one tip. Yes, the results are great. It feels great. I recommend just maybe every few days, just add some moisturizer to them, because I found that it did dry up a lot quicker. You know, the skin just got a little bit drier quicker than when I did have hair. So I recommend that just for a bit more comfort.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, as usual, thank you for listening to the hair podcast.
The So
today.
Far So Hair podcast.
We appreciate you joining us on this episode. I'm very glad that I'm able to use the $100 punishment to my benefit.
That's
so
right. That's right.
ingenious as usual.
And we'll show you some, proper proof of it. We'll take a photo of the cash mall that you just gave me.
Yeah, we might have to put it on a timer because you can only have 2 people in public. So
Yeah, that's right.
we'll give that a whirl. But yeah, once again, thank you all for tuning in. And I guess we will catch you on the next episode.
Goodbye. Sweet. Slow down a bit. Oh, bloody.
Oh my god, I almost just tripped over. We haven't even started the episode
I
yet.
know, and already got a blooper. Now, it might sound.
What the hell was that sound coming out of that house?
Absolutely. You really see the most interesting things when you need silence.
Oh yeah, 100%. You just walk down the street and so many things just happen.
Legit.
But yeah.
I'll say that again.